It can be seen with the naked eye right now. Even from inside with the lights on it could be seen. Let's see if I can get it on the camera. That is the moon. Brackets on, no shit Sherlock, brackets off. It is waxing crescent. We've just gone past new moon. It's behind the sun. The sun has set. The moon is still up but not far behind it. See there's a star just below it there. Can't see that, I haven't quite got it centered in the frame. And yes, you can see the rest of it. There's the crescent, which currently looks kind of inflamed due to glare. If I centre that, the camera will adjust its light levels. So you're just seeing the crescent moon. But with it slightly off centre, the camera is adjusting for a darker bit of the image, and it's letting in more light, which is making the sunlit side of the moon, or the little bit of the sunlit side of the moon that is visible from here, all glary, and the other side of the moon, the dark side of the moon, centre of the screen now, visible. And maybe you can even see it. I mean, I'm looking at the camera screen here, and it's obviously I'm looking at a smaller screen with different brightness levels than your computer monitor, or your phone, or whatever you're using to watch this. So I can't say, goodness sake, steady hands or what? Can't say for sure, but maybe you can even see enough detail on there to confirm that you're seeing the moon, not just an illusion or an artifact. Enough detailed craters, not just along the terminator line between lit side and dark side, but actually on the dark side. So why would the dark side of the moon not be entirely dark? Well, I ought to just zoom out, it'd be so much easier. Got a number of problems here. One is that the camera's bouncing around on the tripod. Takes a while to settle down every time I move it. The other is that, of course, the moon doesn't stay in one place in the sky. What with the moon orbiting the Earth once every 27.3 days, and the Earth rotating once every 86,164.0905 seconds. Yeah, just once a day. Close enough. The moon doesn't stay in one place, and on this zoom you can really see it moving. But anyway, this is just past the new moon. That's a few days past. Maybe 4 or 5. At new moon, of course, the moon is in pretty much the same place as the sun in the sky, as viewed from down here on Earth. And therefore the lit side of the moon is the far side of the moon, and the near side is dark. If they were perfectly lined up, it would be a solar eclipse. Even with them not perfectly lined up, you don't get to see the lit side of the moon, or you see a tiny, tiny little sliver of it, depending on what time you look, just which time of year it is. There's all sorts of stuff with tilted orbits and stuff going on. As the moon orbits the Earth in the same direction as the Earth is rotating and orbiting the sun, the moon gets further and further behind the sun as seen from our point of view. Slipping off the screen here again because of this effect. No, because of our rotation. It gets further east in the sky, night by night. Or it rises later, which is the same thing. Passes zenith later, night by night. It's further east at the same time. And that means the angle from observer on the Earth to the moon to the sun is changing night by night, even hour by hour. It goes, I think it's a few hundred meters in a minute. That terminator line is actually moving across the surface of the moon up there. You can do the maths for that yourself. That means that from new moon, the lit side of the moon moves around to the near side, because the near side is always the same side of the moon. 1 week after new moon, it's a right angle, and that terminator line will be right down the centre, or diagonally across the centre if you're a bit late getting out to look at it. And then 2 weeks after the new moon, it's the full moon, when the moon is near enough opposite the sun for the lit side and the near side to be the same side, and the whole side that you see to be sunlit. In between half and full you have gibbous, and then you go from full to waning gibbous to waning half, also known as last quarter, to the waning crescent, which is on the opposite side from the waxing crescent that you're seeing now, and back to new moon. Consistently on a 27.3 day cycle, and the phase always matches that. It's remarkably consistent because physics, and just at this time of month, far enough after or before a new moon for the moon to be in the sky after the sun has thoroughly gone down and the sky to be dark, but near enough to the new moon for this to happen, you can see the dark side of the moon. Because that is an angle of more than 90 degrees. Earth to moon to sun is 135 degrees. Viewed from the near side of the moon, the Earth's phase is exactly out of sync with the moon phase. At new moon, you're looking at full Earth. The waxing crescent moon, now, you're looking at a waning gibbous Earth. First quarter on the moon. Moon at first quarter as seen from Earth is Earth at last quarter as seen from the moon. Full moon, waxing gibbous moon, it's next, a few days later. As seen from Earth, if you're on the near side of the moon looking back at Earth, you would see waning crescent. At full moon, you're looking at the night side of the Earth. You'd see the Earth's surface rotating, if you could see it at all, at any time of month, you would see the Earth's surface rotating through dawn, midday, dusk, midnight, but the terminate line of the Earth would be in a different place in your view. And after full moon, you would see the waxing crescent, waxing half, waxing gibbous, then back to full Earth at the next new moon. At the moment, as viewed from the moon in waxing crescent, the Earth is waning gibbous. So as much of the moon as seen from here is dark, roughly that much of the Earth as seen from the moon is bright, lit by the sun. And there is enough light scattering from the sunlit side of the Earth, where I haven't been for a few hours now, and hitting the moon to light it up brightly enough for it to be seen from the Earth. So not only is the Earth currently moonlit, but not very brightly, but that dark side of the moon is currently Earthlit. There is actually a bit of cloud getting in the way now, which is maybe spoiling the view. There you go, it's good to have a star in the screen at the same time as the moon. Give the camera a few seconds to settle down, and gosh, isn't it twinkly? And of course the cloud gets in the way. Never mind.